practices leading up to the event were pretty grueling. We spent a lot of time in the off-season playing, taking advantage of the weather in Florida. We can play every single weekend. World Cup, I think we maybe took 1 or 2 weekends off.
Managed to make a semi-pro team as well as quite a few divisional teams. So being able to have like a top quality semi-pro team down in Florida has made it where we pretty much can practice every weekend, even on the off weekend. A lot of them have never played with each other. We did kind of like dismantle one team and take a lot of their players. However, we pick kids up out of Carolina. We have a guy out of like Kentucky, a few out of Georgia. So basically they're still trying to adapt with one another, but they are starting to mold really well. I mean, they lost their first match kind of close, and then they turned around and won their second match. Patrick McKenna has actually been coaching us. Relieved a lot of stress off me, especially that first match, getting out there and like feeling it. It makes it where I can actually just concentrate on playing. He still communicates with me. We make decisions together, and you know, one thing when we rebuilt this team, we decided the entire team would be included in every decision. So it's just having that guy there that can enforce the things while I'm on the field.
I've been coaching for 11 years in divisional. I've coached from D4 all the way up to semi-pro. And this year, me and Jason worked something out to help him be able to play more on the field and not have to focus so much on the pit. 29, I have 2 kids, Hayden and Kaylee. I'm married to my wife, Kristen. Been playing paintball since 2005. It was different having Chad come back from Impact and having Tim join the team and having a lot of the rookie guys. But we were able to get solid practices and break the field down the way we thought it should be played.
I love playing with Tim. I've never had the chance to meet him or play with him before he got on the team, and he came in the first practice and it was like he's played with us for 10 years. Playing with Tim's awesome. And then Chad is Chad. You know, he's back where he belongs. He belongs on Tampa Bay Damage. This is his family. This is who he grew up with, and we're excited to see what we can do this year.
You don't get a field dialed in that fast the first weekend generally. It's usually more breaking it down and figuring out what you're going to do. But the first 2 weekends, I mean, we worked amazing as a team. It's like I had never left. Tim fit right in. Everyone was gelling. Communication was amazing, and I mean, they went as good as we could have asked for.
They came out and did a lot of stuff that we didn't think was actually going to work, and the first 6 points, we put them down pretty good. Then we tried to adjust to their game, just to play their game, and unfortunately, when we played their game, they started beating us up, and we kind of got off, and we had to actually go back and talk about it and realize that what we were adjusting to was the wrong thing. We should have just stayed with what we were good with.
This shit, let's come out. Hey, play positive.
Hey,
come on.
Fucking family guys out there. Only gonna fucking win this together. Talk it up. So that's what we're gonna fucking win.
Chatty damage.
Tampa!
Tampa! Go, guys.
27 crew was our out of bracket match. We ended up winning 6-1, I think, is what we won. They're a good team. They definitely have the potential to beat anybody. They were a top 4 team multiple times last year, so we always respect every team.
We were actually winning, but we were winning because either Chad would run down the side and bunker people out, or Jacob would run down the side and bunker people out, or Holiday would shoot everybody. It wasn't really a cohesive win.
We were winning points pretty individually, and just, you know, pulling some points out of our hat, you know, which it's always good to do. It's nice to know you have players that can do that for your team, but at the same time, you know, when it comes Sunday, you're playing against the best team, so those kills you get early on in the tournament, they're not going to be there on a Sunday. So, you know, we found out that we just weren't working as a team as well as we needed to. The score was 6-1, so you would think we played better than we did, but I can just tell you personal experience, we didn't play good enough to win a tournament.
Russian Legion match, those guys always give us a really, really, really good match. They're some of the best players in the world, and they have been for the last 10 or 15 years. And guys like Kirill on there, they got Britnikoff back from Houston Heat. Golo's really good, Axel is a missile. I mean, it's always just fun to play those guys, and we always end up in nail biters with them.
So Russians ran up 3 quick points. We kind of went back to our more relaxed play, having fun. and we freestyled, and we ended up finishing the match 4-3. They beat us, but it was very close. We just didn't have enough time to close it out.
Russian did a good job keying up on the Dorito side, so we had to find a different way to counter them. So we started throwing Paul Everett up the middle, which seemed to be helping. It slowed their Dorito guy down, because what was going on is they would shoot me or Jacob off the Dorito side, and that puts us 1-on-2 on that side. And on this field particularly, you've really got to work in pairs to help each other down the field. So once they killed me or Jacob, they would put 3 bodies down the Dorito side, and we had no one to slow them. So once Paul started going up the middle, it sort of threw a wrench in their game plan, and we started coming back. We scored a couple quick points, and it got down to where it was 1:47 left in the match, and we had to score a quick point. I ran down the Dorito side and got a couple quick kills, and then our Snake Eyes, they did the same. But you know, at that time, we couldn't afford to take as long as we did. We went from 1:47 down to 15 seconds to score the next point, and we couldn't get it done.
When we went into the Russian match, we decided that everyone was going to do their job, but that's all we did. Everyone just did their initial job, and we didn't check off from that. We adjusted too late, and it ended up biting us in the ass. Today we take on the new pro team, Seattle Uprising. That's another Virtue team, so that should be a really good match. They're 2-0 right now, first pro tournament. Those guys definitely can play paintball, so that'll be a fun, aggressive match, I believe.
Never played them before. They're another Mac Dev team. Watching them yesterday, pretty standard breakout, and it was kind of hard to judge when looking at the games yesterday. They look like they're more like kind of freestyling than anything. That should be a pretty good game. I think they won both theirs yesterday, so they're coming out confident, and I don't think they're going to change a whole lot of what they did from yesterday, because they won both of their games. They went undefeated.
We knew that they were an aggressive team, but after they made their breakout, they set. We just played our game, and we were able to beat them pretty well. They came back a few points, but just never was really close. We had complete control.
An 0-2 Aftershock is a very scary team to play against, because you never know what they're going to do. Those guys are just great paintball players and unpredictable. They're just crazy missiles, and sometimes that works, and sometimes it doesn't, but it's just always fun to play them, because you never know what they're going to do, and it's going to be a bloodbath.
And Chicago Aftershock game, it was kind of a point for point. We were up on them a little bit. They came back. There's a little controversy at the end, but we ended up putting it into overtime and beating them in overtime. They're a really good team. It was funny because a lot of the stuff they did at the practice, which was crazy, since they were out, they ended up throwing that in the thing, and it kind of put a wrench in us, but we ended up getting out of it. So.
Hey, wait, don't pull it! We didn't blow it. He hung it.
We made it to Sunday. We played X Factor. Home, watched the webcast, looked at it. We saw they weren't really doing anything spectacular. They had they've got really good players over there, but we decided that it was best just to play our game, and our game just got us through. We did have to play an overtime point against them, but it's what we wanted to do. I felt like we were in complete control of that match. I felt like the first 4 points, it was kind of evenly paced and we were in control. I didn't think it was going to run away. We lost a few points with some penalties and stuff. We kind of had to just dig down and just go for it, and it's just not enough time left. I know the score was like 8-3 or something, but really the match wasn't that far apart. We just had to make decisions to go down farther. I think we played really well as a team. I think we have a good team. I think if we just go home and tighten up, we're going to be able to take this and win an event this year, for sure.
Just put in the work and we really want to win. We feel like the team is back to where it belongs, where it's been in the past, and we're trying to build back up and we want to win.